Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Steve Elmer. I'm a college professor here at Michigan Tech University, and our Up and Moving program aims to keep all of us, adults in the Upper Peninsula, northern Wisconsin, active during this time of year, during the pandemic and beyond. We're excited for our Saturday surprise workout. Give you a heads up, a couple things that you'll need. I have a yoga mat over here. Softer surface will work. A couple of light dumbbells. I'm going to use a spaghetti sauce here. You can pick anything, you don't need weight. And then if you have access to a broom, we're going to do a little cleaning. Vacuuming would also work. Anything that you can grab onto and move around. So we'll give you a second to grab those. Just gonna let one more person in from the waiting room here. And then we'll get started with our workout. The workout for today, just to give you a little background, each movement will take a couple of minutes, approximately 2 to 3 minutes. And so today's workout, I'll show you some tricks and some tips on ways to kind of weave in physical activity throughout the day, or next time you're watching maybe the Olympics on TV, a sports game, a TV sitcom. There are commercials, and it's not good to be sitting so much. So some of these we'll be able to weave in and break up some TV time maybe. So we'll start and shoot for each one going about 2 to 3 minutes. So I'll get us started. If everybody's ready, going to do some stepping in place here. And the benefit of these workouts, too, the advantage I should say, is that if stepping is a little too mellow for you, you can immediately switch into a jog, and it can also be even almost a run. But I'm going to start nice and easy with a step and a march here. Just a reminder as well, our workouts are home-based. We try to provide as much guidance as we can, but if you need a little bit longer recovery or a break at any time, certainly do that. I'll have everybody keep going here. Just going to let one more person joining us on Zoom. For those that are just joining us, we're getting into our workout here, stepping or jogging or even doing a little run here. Get warmed up. Going to try to throw some new things at our audience today. And feel free if you want to move around the room a little bit. Trying to get our heart rate up here a little. It's like a beautiful morning here in the Keweenaw, hopefully. Keweenaw part of the Upper Peninsula, hopefully by you as well. See everybody moving around on Zoom. Okay, in a minute here, we're going to switch up, just a few seconds, I should say, we're going to switch up and actually go into a couple minutes of dancing. Believe it or not, dancing is a great way to keep your heart rate up and keep moving around. So first one we're going to start with is a little bit of a disco move. You'll see we'll mix it up here. I'm just going to roll my arms and put an arm and leg out here. Feel free to turn around, move around that room. I'd like you to be creative here, go along with my guidance. I'm going to start to do the YMCA, so we're going to do a big Y. Move side to side, M, C, A. We have the music going here. Facebook and Zoom won't let us, but we'll do Y, M, C, A. Do our disco shuffle here. And again, if you'll go along with me, we'll expand upon our YMCA. We'll do a big U for up, and then we'll do our P. You might have to help me figure out how to do a P here. We can trace it. So we got our up for up and moving. We'll do our M, O. We got our V. Let's do our I. A big N here. I'm just going to go through the motion. And then our G. However you want to make that. Keep moving around. Maybe we'll stick another YMCA in here. Kind of on your own. long as you keep moving, just feel like you're breathing and your heart is increased a little bit here. So. Okay, we are coming up. The next movement that we're going to be doing for a few minutes will involve our little light dumbbells or soup cans. So go ahead and grab those. Come up here. Going to do some bicep curls. So again, you can pick whatever weight you have. If you don't have weight, that's fine. I think many of you've done these. Nice athletic stance. Go ahead and pick a focal point on the wall or behind your camera. Make sure to kind of squeeze those shoulders back a little bit. We can do a set here with approximately 10 to 12. We'll transition into the next movement here with our weights. I'm about halfway through here, nice good form. All right, next one we're going to do, these can be done standing as well. Nice athletic stance, a little bit of a hinge in the hip here, bending forward just a little bit. And now we're going to extend our arms backwards, going to work on the tricep muscle here in the back. Same thing, pick a focal point on the wall. Sending those arms back, pausing for just a second. Up to 10 to 12 again. You feel those muscles in the back of the arms working here. Some of the same muscles we use for push-ups on the floor against the wall. If you get up out of a chair, doing any skiing in the winter, reaching and grabbing, definitely utilize. All right, we can set those weights down. We'll come back to those. I'd like you to do one more set here, but this time not use weight. So if you're ever traveling or you don't have your dumbbells, and what I'd like you to do on this one is as you're going through the motion, we'll do our bicep curls. I just want you to squeeze your bicep muscles as hard as you can. So let's do a set of 10 to 12 here. You can pretend or simulate that you're lifting a really, really heavy object, just that you don't have weights. I want you to see if you can tell a difference between this and what you just did with the weights. So you might be surprised, it's harder than it looks. So 3, 2, 1, we'll go ahead and do our set of 10 to 12. So I'm just simulating lifting a heavy object, squeezing those bicep muscles. Really trying to see if you can get those muscles to work by lifting air almost. And right after this one, once you get to your 10 to 12, we'll go ahead and switch right into those tricep extension movement that we just did. Okay, last couple here. Go ahead and switch into the next one. Nice athletic stance. Now you're extending your arms back. And if you do this and you're really squeezing those muscles, I'm curious at the end to get your feedback and see if you feel like you're lifting weights here. Then as we finish up here, if you're ever traveling, taking a break from watching TV, you want to get in a set and you don't have weights, you might be surprised that you can still target those muscles with very minimal weight. Okay, next movement, as we're finishing up here, find that broomstick or vacuum cleaner or whatever you have. We're just going to sweep the floor for a couple of minutes. If you're on carpet, so move around the room, sweeping gets our heart rate up. If you don't have a harder surface, you can take the broom or mop or whatever you have, and you can do some canoeing around the living room. So you can kind of simulate you're in a canoe. I'm just trying to make sure you switch sides. Just trying to get some cleaning or some canoeing here. I'm going to do a little bit of both. Again, might not notice it, but cleaning counts as physical activity. So if you're watching the Olympics later tonight, you might get your house clean. Or also, if you're encouraging somebody who's less active to become a little bit more active throughout the day, this is another good way to kind of kill two birds with one stone. Okay, I got my pile here ready to sweep up. Switch to some paddling here. Looks like Nancy's really paddling up that swift current in the river. Nancy, don't forget to switch sides if you're up in the front of the canoe. Okay, we'll do another 30 seconds here of cleaning, paddling. Okay, as we're finishing up here, again, the theme of our workout today is each of these are just a couple of minutes. Go ahead and switch to the next workout. We're going to walk the tightrope here. Good balance movement to do. I'm going to start way back here. Hopefully you can see me. Arms out to the side. I'm going to put my left foot directly in front of my right foot, sort of heel to toe. Just going to keep it moving here. So good workout or good movement to do here for a couple of minutes. Once you're up to the front, give us a wave, a thumbs up. And then we'll go backwards. Just be cautious and safe. Look behind you. You might find it's a little harder going backwards. Do a couple more of these. You really go heel to toe. This requires some balance. I'm going to bang my chest here a little bit once I get up and wave. A little Tarzan. And head backwards. Okay, one more. This one I want you to zigzag a little bit. So you're still doing heel to toe, but that tightrope has got a few curves or bends in it. Another wave. Going heel to toe. Last thing I'll leave you with on this one is when you go forward again, if you'd like to make it a little harder, put those arms out and close one eye. And if you can, close both eyes. You may have to slow it down. You may have to open an eye up again. But when we close our eyes, it definitely challenges our balance even more. All right, let's get to the next movement. I'm going to meet you down on the carpet or yoga mat, a little softer surface, for a couple of exercises down here. Take a minute, join me down here on the floor. We're going to do a little work on our core, our stomach muscles, especially the side here. We do a lot of twisting and reaching and grabbing. We'll do this for a couple of minutes and also flip over on our stomach. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down here. Put my arms, reach up towards the sky. I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to try to reach and touch my right ankle or my right heel. Your heel should be fairly close to your butt. Just going to reach with my right, touch my right ankle, take that left arm, kind of reach over, touch my left ankle. So reach up towards the sky, right arm to right ankle, left arm to left ankle, and then reset. Right arm to right ankle, and then left arm to left ankle. We'll just go back and forth here. Don't forget that reset. You can reach up. It's almost a little bit of a baby crunch. And then touch the sides. We'll go for about 30 seconds here, and then we'll flip over. Just remember to breathe here. If it's getting intense, hang in there. If you need a break, take a break. Okay. About another 10 seconds here. Want to make these a little more challenging? You can always speed up the movement. We'll count it down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break and flip over. Give me a second to rest here for just a second. While I'm resting, I noticed that my yoga mat, of course, was placed directly down in the pile of dirt that I swept up. So we may have to do sweeping again in a few minutes. But nonetheless, I'm ready to flip over here. We're going to do a Wonder Woman, a Superwoman, Superman, Iron Man pose here. So just going to be sprawled out on the carpet. I'm going to look straight ahead like I'm flying through the air. I'm just going to lift my legs and my arms off the ground. Just going to see if you can hold it here with me for about 30 seconds. Okay, the clock's running. Just kind of lift those legs and arms off. Flying through the air. We're about halfway through. If you need a quick break, you can drop those down. When you're ready, keep joining us. If you don't need a break, that's great. Keep it going. And as soon as we're done here, we'll hop up and get that broom out. We'll do a little bit more canoeing. We can get this pile of dirt. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done here. Couple minutes on the floor. Okay, one new version here with our canoeing, our sweeping. You can run that vacuum, 2 minutes. I'll give you a kayaking option. If you have a little stool or chair, again, just trying to move, get our heart rate going. Arms straight out. Just going to pretend like I'm moving a kayak paddle here. If you're doing the canoeing or the kayaking, you're definitely moving your arms, but a lot of it's coming from the bigger muscle groups in your core and your back. Give you the front view here. If you don't have a chair, you can even do this standing. You can also try the canoeing in the seated position. Just remember to switch side to side. I'm going to go ahead and sweep up my dirt here. Okay, if you are doing your kayak or canoeing, let's speed it up just a little bit here, a little faster tempo. We're really working up against the current here or across the windy lake. It's a great time to do this exercise during summer. Believe it or not, kayaking and canoeing are Olympic sports. You can be right there in the living room following along. Let's do 10 more strokes here or sweeping maneuvers. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work, everybody. If you need a quick drink, grab one. We'll do a few more exercises and get us to our 30-minute mark, and we'll be good to go for today. So get that drink, meet you back here in the center of the living room. We'll shake out our arms, shake out our legs. Okay, next up, we're going to do some arm work. I'll give you the example here. I'm going to go ahead and make a 90-degree angle here with my arms. Just going to take my arms, I'm going to move them out to the side here. Do the side view. So I'm kind of squeezing again my shoulders, my shoulder blades, really kind of opening up the chest. It's a good exercise for shoulder health. Let's do a set of 12 of these. And we'll go on to our next movement and come back to these. Think about watching TV. You got a couple-minute break here. So it's a really good exercise to do. You can also do this at your desk if you're working, lunch hour, quick coffee or bathroom break. A lot of times we're hunched over. I'm exaggerating here a little bit, but looks like everybody's got really good form on Zoom here. Awesome. So go ahead and finish these up. I'm going to go ahead and grab my weights here. You probably won't need much weight for this at all. So you can even, if you'd like, start with no weight and add weights depending on your ability. Just going to do a lateral raise here. Again, make that 90-degree angle with the arms. And I'm just going to bring my arms up here. I'll give you the side view. Nice athletic stance. Pick a little spot on the wall. And we'll shoot for 10 to 12 here. Once you're done with these, we'll go right back into the previous exercise. Set my weights down. Take those arms out. Bring them back. And we'll go ahead and squeeze those shoulder blades. Bring those arms out to the side. Just a reminder, our focus today for our workout is movements that we can do for about 2 to 3 minutes. We can weave them in throughout the day. It all adds up. We take our 10 exercises or so that we're doing today. Each is 2 minutes. We have 20 minutes of activity without even really thinking about it. So. And I'd like you to do the last 2 here. Go ahead, and once you have your arms out, I just want you to pause and kind of hold it for a second. And bring it back in. We'll do 1 more. Really think about opening up that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. Okay. Grab those small weights if you need them. Let's finish 1 more set of the lateral raises. Good athletic stance. Keep here about hip width apart. We'll go ahead. Sometimes folks ask, how high do I have to bring these up? Right about to the height of the shoulder. So you don't have to over exaggerate these. Nice and controlled. Just a reminder too, the shoulder has a lot of movement. Keep doing the exercise. If you're ever doing something that's just not quite feeling right, you can drop the weight and just see if you can go through the motion here. As we get older, certain things in the shoulder can kind of change, and and certain movements might just not feel right. You can work through those or work around them, I should say. So same thing with the hip joint. Over time, sometimes things remodel and just click or pop a little bit, and we're not trying to flare anything up. So do your best, work through those. All right, I'll join you here for a little stepping and moving around the room. I'm just going to do some side-to-side stepping, move my arms. Kind of crisscrossing the arms here. Going to some forward arm swings. Those arm swings a little bit bigger. Go ahead and reset, shake things out. Now we'll go backwards. Little baby arm circles. Gradually make those a little bit bigger. And we'll finish up with some crisscrossing here. And let's do a little walk around the room. I'm gonna finish up with a little jog here. Drive those arms. And then let's pick up the pace here. Okay, we're going to switch into some modified jumping jacks. We'll do these for about a minute, so pace yourself. Then we'll meet you down on the floor for another little core routine. And we are just about finished. As always, to make these a little harder, you can do the full jumping jack. Yeah, I see a good variety here on Zoom. You guys are doing great. Keep up the good work. All of our exercises are just a few minutes. Okay, we'll count it down here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Go ahead and get that softer surface, that mat. We got our dust and our dirt swept up this time, so we're good to go. Meet you down. Just gonna finish up here with a set of crunches. And then a little stretching. What I'd like you to do, you're just going to put your hands on your chest, or you can go back of the head. Just want you to do a nice crunch here. You're going to go up nice and slow, hold it, and then back down. Really want to emphasize going nice and slow. These will should start to feel a little burn. Nice and slow. Can you put those hands up? Do about 30 seconds of these. If these are a little challenging or you're having a hard time with your neck, you can switch to the side ones that we did before by touching the ankle. Coming up, nice slow. Let's do 3 more here. 3, nice and slow. 2, holding that. And last one. Good, we'll flip over. Let's do one more Wonder Woman. Superman pose here. See if we can go for 30 seconds. Flying through the air. Hang in there. Over halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a quick rest. Do a little stretch here for our stomach. You can see kind of coming up on my elbows here a little bit. Kind of a mini cobra or a ferret or sphinx pose. If you're fairly flexible, you can do a little bit stretch. You can do the full cobra here. After that stretch, I'll meet you up here on your knees. We'll go ahead and put our hands out in front of us and just kind of sit back, a little bit of a child's pose here. And I'll meet you back up on the top here, center living room. Couple of side stretches here. And take my right arm, gonna reach over. Put that left hand on your hip and put it on your leg. And we're just gonna go back and forth here, side to side. As we wrap up here, we're right about half an hour, so a good little 20 to 30 minutes of movement that we did here. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, our theme was things that we could do throughout the day, watching TV that are just a couple of minutes that count as physical activity. So certainly incorporate these, share these with family and friends, especially those adults who might not be as active as you. We're trying to get our community more active, especially during the pandemic. Our next workout will be Monday at 5:30. We have a lunchtime series at 12 and 12:30 on Wednesday. And Thursday at 9:30 as well, and of course Saturday at 10. So I will go ahead and stop the recording here. As we're finishing up, maybe with a little quad stretch here. If you do have any questions or comments, feedback, once I stop the recording, I'd be happy to talk to you. So thanks again for joining us and hope to see you at our next workout. Have a good rest of the weekend.